The gentleman is recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. To address a problem that has impacted our country for generations, some of our problem-solving colleagues have devised a surefire remedy. They're demanding another government report. Instead of actually voting to prevent more debt when they had the opportunity, they want a report. Approval of this motion will not kill the report, it will not kill the bill, nor will it send it back to committee. Rather, the bill will immediately proceed to final passage as amended, but it will be a more complete report that more completely describes the problem with which we're dealing. Some of our colleagues have a near insatiable desire for tax cuts that don't pay for themselves. They don't mind borrowing from foreign sources to provide more tax preferences to Wall Street or the privileged few. This motion would simply expose the cost of this false ideology. It would add a requirement that the public just find out how much these special interest tax loopholes cost. Specifically, this report would be expanded to include inversions. These are schemes by which some multinational corporations are renouncing their American charter, their American citizenship, in order to dodge taxes, while continuing to remain in America and claim the benefits of being American, paid for by their business competitors and other taxpayers. We've had a recent string of these inversions, which are really perversions of our tax code by those who refuse to pay their fair share of national security and other vital services. American corporation Johnson Controls, for example, has announced its intent to merge with Tyco. Tyco was once an American citizen before it became a citizen of Bermuda, before it switched to become a citizen of Ireland, all the while being managed in New Jersey. And Pfizer, the largest pharmaceutical company, it's seeking the luck of the Irish taxes, that is, but it certainly refuses to charge Americans lower, more reasonable Irish pharmaceutical costs. These are the same companies that are insulted by the notion that they ought to pay a higher rate on their earnings than the people that clean up the boardroom at night. The Republican chairman of a Houston oil services company wrote me a long time ago rejecting this notion as unfair and unpatriotic. He said, quote, "We're proud of our country and we're willing to pay U.S. taxes to receive the wonderful benefits of U.S. citizenship. My strongly held view is that if companies want to be headquartered in some tax haven, then the management should give up its own U.S. citizenship and move there." I agree with him, but that's not what happens. With our current tax loopholes, they don't have to move much more than a mailbox and a few staff members. Since the U.S. Supreme Court thinks that corporations are people for so many other purposes, I agree with former Secretary Hillary Clinton's proposal to treat these charter-changing corporations as individuals, like the super-rich American individuals who turn in their passports and leave America. Apply an exit tax to previous profits that these corporations want to take out of the country. There's much more that the Treasury Department can and should do now, since what it's done so far under existing legal authority has not accomplished very much. But today, let's just get a report about it, about a giant ripoff of America. Corporations which are shipping their jobs and their profits overseas while paying their lobbyists and their chief executive officers more than they pay the United States Treasury in taxes in any given year. That's a pretty good investment for them, but it's not too great for the rest of us. They could not do it without enablers in this Congress. American companies that stay in America and contribute to building this America, contribute to building America and manufacturing in America, they deserve to have a level playing field. They help keep us secure at home and abroad, and they deserve to be treated fairly. In order to create more opportunity for all, we need more responsibility from all. Let's at least get a report about it. That's all that this motion to recommit does, is to ask for a report to go along with the report that they're seeking from the Treasury Department to tell us what's happening, how our middle class, our working Americans are having to pay more because some others won't pay their fair share. And I yield back.
Gentleman yields.